Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you weekly reading vlog number 245. So I'm putting a smile on my face. I am really not happy on the inside, and that is because I am back in the UK. I left Cole's house like not even 48 hours ago, and we're back to the real world, back to normal work, normal to-do list, things to clean, but more importantly, books to read, videos to film, and videos to edit. So starting on the reading. On my travels back, I did start off My Husband's Wife by Jane Corrie, and I only read like 50 pages. I'm literally on page 50. So I'm not very far into this at all, but I don't dislike it. So I am going to continue reading this one, but not today. I really want to get sucked into a book and just like have to read some, be motivated to finish a book again, because we're currently on the 9th. I've finished 3 books, which isn't awful, but I'd like to have ticked off a few more at this point in the month. So I'm gonna pick up Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. This is my Patreon TBR jar pick this month. It was picked by Laura. So I have only good thoughts about this book. I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it. I feel like it's going to be a fun, easy time. So yeah, this is what I'm going to prioritize over the next couple of days. I have Patreon reading sprints tomorrow, so I would like to think that by the end of tomorrow this book is done, and then I can tick off another book on my TBR and come back to this one when I have a little bit more space in my day. Lots to do today. Need to go to the post office to send out birthday presents. I have a lot of lovely friends whose birthdays are around now, so I need to get some presents sent out, and a lot of tidying up around the flat. I left a lot for myself to do before I went away, thinking it's okay, you don't have to think about it for 2.5 weeks. Now that I'm back, I really hate old Chloe for just leaving it, because it just seems to have gathered dust since I've been gone. So lots for me to do here, and I'll update you when I have something fun for you. Okay, I'm documenting this because I started working a couple hours ago. I'm not at lunch yet, but I'm looking around at my shelves and there's a few books on here that I'm like, why do I have that? When am I going to read it? Let's just get it off the shelf now. So even if it's like 3 books, there's some that I've read that I don't need to keep as well. So yeah, even if it's like 3 books I take off my shelves, then it's progress in the sort my TBR out. I feel like when you have this many books, even if my life wasn't going to be massively changing, which again I haven't told you about yet, I don't have a definite answer. When I do, I will let you know, but I'm gonna have to cut my shelves down, so I need to just do it when I have the inspiration, otherwise it's going to be a problem. Okay, I have culled 8 books, 4 read, 4 to be read, so I'm helping the TBR a little bit, but I'm also just helping the collection a little bit. We have Night Road by Kristen Hanna. I really enjoyed this, and I said I would reread it in the future. It's a lot of mother-daughter relationship exploration, so I do think it's very impactful, but should I keep this book for the off chance that I have a daughter in the next 10 years? No, I can refine this book if I absolutely need to, but I just don't feel like I was keeping it for a hypothetical situation, which is probably not the way I should be organising my book collection. So that can go, but I did really like it. Another one I really liked, To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I previously unhauled book 2 and 3 because I said I would just watch the movie if I wanted to re-experience the story. Again, I think I gave this like 4.5 stars, maybe even 5 stars. I will watch the movie if I want to re-experience the story. One I really loved, I said it was my favourite thriller of like all time, Final Girls by Riley Sager. I have since read more Riley Sager and enjoyed that. I've read more thrillers and enjoyed those. I do think this was good, but I remember the twist, and it's been 4 years since I've read it and I still remember the twist, so I just feel like I wouldn't enjoy it as much. It's also a very beat up mass market copy. I think I'll be able to find the story again if I really want to read it in the future. And then one I'm kind of sad about is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I didn't actually like this classic too much. I didn't really take much from it, but I have this really gorgeous copy, and I have also gone through, and if I can find an example, I can't now, but I've highlighted 5 or 6 quotes through the book, and that's all I've done. I've not written in it, I've just highlighted a few quotes, so I don't know if anyone's actually going to want this from me, but I genuinely have highlighted about 6 lines total, so I've kind of ruined the resale value of this book for a couple of seconds on TikTok. But anyway, it's my most viewed TikTok, but I don't need to keep this book. Then TBR, oh, there's actually 5 books here. I have An Arc of Spellbound by Georgia Layton. I was given this at Yelp. I'm not too obsessed with the idea. I didn't read the description of the arc and then like oh my god, I have to read it right now. So at this point, like, it comes out, oh, it's already out. It's already out. That shows how much I really need this book. We have The Grown Up To-Do List by Jennifer Joyce. I bought this at the end of last year or start of this year, and I bought it saying that it would be a really just easy read. This is the sort of thing I should be getting out of the library and not purchasing, because yeah, I have no inclination to read this right now, which on the harshness of my unhaul means it's gotta go. I am kind of debating this one. I have The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. I bought this for 3 of my friends for Christmas because I thought it sounded like a book they would enjoy. So I was like, oh, I'll get myself one too so we can talk about it. But reading the description more and more, it doesn't really sound like my cup of tea. There's a few things on here that I'm like, ugh, okay, I'm not really vibing with that, so it's gonna go. An ARC I also got at Yelk. This one was in the goodie bag, I think. It's Dangerous Girls by Lisa M. Sylvan. This comes out in September, and yeah, it sounds fine, but not one that I'm gonna love, so why prioritize it? I didn't pick it. And then a book I've had since I was doing my exams, so I'm gonna say like 3 years. We've Looking for Fireworks by Holly Cavendish. I've put this on a few TBRs and I've never read it, and I genuinely got this from Poundland. I spent £1 on this book and I've had it for 3 years, and I'm not excited by it, so it can go. So some good progress here, some good books ticked off. I can update my TBR numbers, and also I have a few gaps on my shelves, which is always exciting. Okay, hello, me again. It's Monday night and I've just finished editing the vlog that's going up tomorrow, so it's my first couple days in the US, and I completely forgot that I went to the post office after work, because I had a pre-order that I didn't realise until I was away was being delivered during my trip. So I had this redirected. I went to pick it up today. I have heard really bad things about the design of this book, but really good things about the inside. So I will say that the promo material, the pictures were absolutely gorgeous. I did wonder how they were going to recreate it, and it turns out that they just didn't. So we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, it's just a bit naff. So these are the sprayed edges. It's meant to be like the sun. The Atmosphere, oh my god, Chloe, well done. And I just really don't feel like it's that great at all. But I do have the book. I'm excited for the content. Oh, my cover's all bodged. Oh, I need to stop pre-ordering things because I just get annoyed, but like, it's dented. Anyway, breathe, Chloe, breathe. It is signed. I have a signed Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is very exciting to me. Normal cover's just plain. I know nothing about this. I don't read books about space at all. I now have a book about space, and it's because it's written by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and she can surely do no wrong. So another book to the haul that I should not be hauling, but you have to do it when it's signed. And TJR. Hello. It is a Wednesday morning and I have finished 2 books since I last spoke to you, which I'm very happy with. I feel like I've got a little bit of reading mojo back after having a bit of a break, a very unwanted break from reading, really. I just couldn't get into anything. So I definitely think I did the right thing by listening to an easy audiobook and then jumping into like a fun romance. So starting off with the audiobook, I finished Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus, and I've given this 1.5 stars. I genuinely, respectfully, didn't like this. I feel like a problem with these books is that they all feel exactly the same, even though they're very different murder mysteries. They are YA murder mysteries with the teenagers like solving everything, which is great, but they're just all a bit similar. So I've read One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next, Two Can Keep a Secret, and now Nothing More to Tell. And I just don't really feel that strongly about this. I also don't think it was that exciting. So we're following Bryn, who left the school 4 years ago after the murder of her favourite teacher. And then she's brought back to the school and she's an intern on a true crime show, and she's trying to figure out how the murder happened, basically. That's kind of it. I just didn't have a good time with it at all. I didn't really take anything from it, and yeah, this one's now an unhaul and I didn't enjoy. But then a book I really did enjoy was Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. I've given this 4.5 stars. I think it was really good. It was just such a fun romance, and Tessa Bailey can write fun romance with her eyes closed, I'm sure. I don't care about golf at all, and I feel like parts of this I was like, guys, I really don't care about golf. I need Tessa Bailey to do like a motocross romance because it's the one sport I have any sort of vague interest in. I'm not a sporty person, so a motocross one would be really cool. If you can write a golf one, write a motocross one, you know? If she writes one now, I'm taking credit. But I did really have a fun time with this. It was silly. We're following Josephine, who is the biggest fangirl of Wells Whitaker. Wells was the best golf star, but he's just let that go and he doesn't really care anymore. but Josephine is still on the sidelines championing for him to win. He finally gives up and just decides he's not doing it anymore, and it's only when the support of his fangirl disappears that he's really like, oh my god, what am I doing? It was such a fun time. There is one spicy scene in this that I had heard about from other people before I read it, and I will say I cringed so hard reading it. Something about Tessa Bailey, like, she does write really smutty books, and this is very spicy. However, it's normally within the realms of what the average person in our society probably enjoys reading. It's really hard to say without being too descriptive or too vulgar. However, the thing in this book, I would personally say, is quite niche. I don't know, don't yuck somebody's yum and all that, but I know. Not that everyone reads a romance book. I'm trying to say this without being vulgar, because I know like family members and stuff watch my YouTube. There is a limit in romance where you're reading it and you are reading from a female main character as a female and connect the dots, right? This one, no, not happening, never happening. Don't want to even visualize it. This book made me visualize it and I wasn't on board. However, it was written really well and the characters seem to be having a great time, and yeah, I just feel like this was a really fun romance. I liked how it all rounded out. Normally I don't like a big cringy ending. We had a very cringy ending and I enjoyed it, so I am actually unhauling this one because I don't feel like I'm gonna need to reread it. I think I'm gonna have a clear out of my Tessa Baileys because I enjoy them all, but I just don't feel like I need to keep them forever. It Happened One Summer, they're just about here. It Happened One Summer is clearly top tier, cannot get rid. But then I read Chase Me earlier this year, and I have that whole Broken Beautiful series, which is a fun romance, but it's not like the best thing I've ever read. So maybe the Tessa Baileys will get the cut at some point. Hook, Line and Sinker, did I love it? Secretly Yours, did I love it? I feel like Secretly Yours was kind of on par with this one, but yeah, I feel like I don't need to read a golf romance again, so that one can go. My plans for the rest of the day, I have downloaded a new audiobook, which is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I don't know if I'll pick this one up today because it's looking like I have a really busy day at work, and this is quite a dense historical fiction. I'm not a massive historical fiction person, so I'm going to need to concentrate a little bit, but this is what I'm going to go for next via audio. And then the book I physically have on the go is My Husband's Wife by Jane Corrie. I'm only 50 pages into this after my flights. I feel like maybe, do I need to have something fun lined up instead, just so that I'm motivated to read? But I'm going to stick with this one for a little bit longer. I'm not going to discount it yet. So these are the books I currently have on the go. I have a lot of editing to do tonight. I'm going to catch up with my reading journal for another month, and yeah, a busy day at work. So this is what's going on. I will update you when I have an update. That's how updates work. I just finished work on Friday, and I kid you not, there is something about these weeks when I've been in America, like beforehand, that just tires me out so bad. So I am so happy to be done. I can't believe I've already got through another week. It feels like I was just in America. Even though I miss Cole like massively, it's really hard to just explain. But anyway, I'm coming in to tell you I haven't actually finished a book yet. I've been doing some editing on my time off. I've been doing some sorting out, some Vinted uploading, like clothes sorting and stuff like that. So I haven't quite finished a book, but I am 298 pages into My Husband's Wife by Jane Corrie, and I'm really enjoying this. It's definitely more of a literary mystery than I would normally read, but I am having fun with it. I don't know if it's going to be an extremely high rating, but I'll be able to let you know in a couple hours when I finish this. The downside to my week is I have no updates on this mysterious situation that I can't tell you details of yet, so you're going to have to stay in the dark for a little bit longer. I am hoping that in next week's vlog I can maybe tell you what's going on, but for now I'm just going to continue reading through my TBR. I have lots of filming and editing to do this weekend. That's #1 priority, as well as starting to read some of these books. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my nails done in like an hour. I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm thinking red, or like an orangey red, a pinky red. We'll see what I choose when I get there, to be quite honest. For now, I need to edit the vlog that's going up on Tuesday. I'd like to get ahead with my content a little bit because I'm gonna do 3 videos a week for the next couple of weeks, so I need to get editing. Yeah, vlog 243. I'll sort that now. Hello. It is Saturday and I have a couple of updates to give you, and then I have a couple of videos that I wanted to film, one of which has spiraled into a completely different project. So we'll see how that goes. Also, I switched up my necklaces. I feel like I need to address it because I wear my silver Michael Kors necklace in every single video because I wear it every single day of my life. And I noticed it was getting a bit crusty and dusty. I need to get some proper cleaner for it. And that meant I could finally switch it out to my gold Michael Kors necklace and this C that my mom, wait no, wrong way around. Gold Michael Kors necklace and this C that my mom got me from Abbott Lion, I think. I think they kind of work stacked together, and she got me the C obviously for Chloe, but I kind of, you know, Tears in Troy from High School Musical, so it could be a C for Cole too. Anyway, I finished My Husband's Wife last night. I wanted to do loads and loads of reading last night. I didn't. I finished this book and then I watched The Walking Dead and did some colouring. So I think that's a perfectly fine way to spend my evening. In the end, I've given this one 3.5 stars. It was definitely more of a literary mystery than I first anticipated. It was a little bit boring at times, I won't lie, but overall the story was really good. I just think it wasn't very exciting. So 3.5 stars for this one. I don't know if I've told you, it's about Lily and Ed who meet and get married. Lily is a lawyer and she's taking on her first big murder case. She bonds with the accused in this situation. And at the same time, we're following Cara and her mom, Francesca, who live next door to Lily and Ed. And they are struggling as like a single mother and kid, and their lives sort of get intermixed with them as well. So I did really like this. Would I read more of this author's work? Maybe. I'm not going to seek it out. This is one of her lowest rated books, which is interesting. But yeah, I think the average rating is literally a 3.5 and I would give it a 3.5, so pretty accurate. I wouldn't tell people not to read this one. I'm just not going to shout from the rooftops about it. Then I've started 2 books. I'm around about 100 pages through The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I've picked this up on audio. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to feel about it, but I am hooked on this story. Kristen Hanna has just got a really good way of writing these stories. I don't really have great feelings on America's Great Depression of the 1930s and the Dust Bowl, considered to be the worst environmental disaster in American history. I really don't have many feelings on it. However, I am hooked, absolutely hooked on this, and I'm gonna do a bookshelf reorganization TBR project video, and having this on audio today while I do that is meaning I'm gonna probably make some good progress. And then the other book I've been reading is The Family Game by Catherine Steadman. I've taken the dust jacket off and I am on page 79 of that one. So this was really reminding me of the movie Ready or Not, and for now it's pretty much exactly on that vibe, so we'll see if the story goes a different way. I read that in one sitting, by the way. I was going to read this last night and I just chose to colour instead, but we are following what's her face, Harriet, who is an author, and she's got engaged to this guy. I don't want to say it's Ed too, is it? I think it is Ed. It is, it's Edward. I've had 2 marriages to an Ed, and she doesn't know about, like, she doesn't know his family. She knows that they're rich and they're intimidating, and she kind of wants to get to know them, but Ed is reluctant to introduce them. So now at this point of the book they are engaged and she's just found out that she's pregnant, so they should probably start making those family introductions. So that's where we are with this one. As I said, I'm going to do a TBR project bookshelf reorganization. I'm also going to film my July TBR, and I'm going to film my Summerween TBR, which I'm doing separately. So lots of filming, and then I'm off to a barbecue this afternoon. So yeah, lots of plans. Let's get filming. Hello. So I'm currently rat-arse drunk. I went to visit my old boss and his wife, and we have such a great relationship. But I took a bottle of Prosecco with me as a gift without realising that they don't drink Prosecco. So I've had a bottle of Prosecco. I think I'm past the days where a bottle of Prosecco won't impact me. Anyway, I've got home and I've left my bookshelves how they were this afternoon. I've started reorganising for TBR Project Clear Down, Project TBR Clear Down, whatever it's called. So all my books aren't put away. And I physically came in here, as soon as I walked through the door, I'm like, bookshelves, get them done. I can barely see them. So this is a vlog update that's completely ridiculous. That video will probably be live, but this shelf is like priority TBRs. This is normal TBR, and then we move into, a little bit more TBR, but then into read books. So yeah, I don't think there's much I can do now with my current brain capacity. So instead, massive hangover fix, guys. Glass of milk. Stand by it. I will stand by it. My cousin's already texted me saying that I'm hilarious. A glass of milk will solve all of your problems. I don't know why I'm here giving you advice. I am drunk. I'm gonna have a glass of milk and I'm gonna watch an episode of The Walking Dead and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I will carry on with my TBR organisation project tomorrow. I've been listening to The Four Winds today, really enjoying it. My arm's getting heavy, I can't hold my camera much longer. Oh dear, it was a really good night. Really good night. Okay, hello. It is now 2 p.m. on Sunday and I feel like I've done nothing today, but I am only like 40 minutes from the end of the audiobook of The Four Winds and I am thoroughly enjoying this. I'll talk to you more about it when I'm actually done because I'm so close. But I now have that almost done. My bookshelves are exactly how I wanted them and I'm feeling amazing about them. And now, yeah, I haven't actually seen my dad yet and it's Father's Day, so I'm going to go and get some nibbles and bits and bobs from the shop and then go and hang out there for a couple hours. I don't think I'll be there too late, I'm pretty tired still, so I'm gonna go over there with some nibbles. I'll take my book, I'll take the family game in case we're just sat out in the garden. But yeah, I am looking at that weather and thinking it doesn't look the best. We'll see what it's actually like outside. Hello, it is now Monday morning and I need to wrap up the vlog. So this weekend went so quickly that it hurts a little bit because I know it's going to be a busy week with work. It's already looking busier than I think, so I was dreading coming back for Monday morning. So yeah, it's just going to be a busy time and I wish the weekend would have lasted 5 days longer. However, I did have a good weekend. I spent some time with my old boss. I don't know how much I told you about that. John and Sarah are such supportive people to me. They genuinely, I was a bookkeeper for them for a few years and they are so supportive in my life that I don't know what I would do without them. So John was kind of like, do you still do that book thing? I'm like, yes, John, I still do that book thing. So here we go. My first vlog was done from my chair in his office. Yes, it's been, they are great people, but I had a fantastic time with them on Saturday. I've fully reorganized my bookshelves. I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. Saying that, it's really coming to light how many books I need to read, but I am loving the setup of my shelves. Talking of books, I did finish The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I finished the audiobook for this rather late last night and I would love to give it 5 stars, but I don't think it quite hit 5 stars for me, so I've settled on 4.5. This book was fantastic though. This whole book is following a cast of characters, but we're set back in the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl era in America, so in the 1930s, and I didn't know anything about this whole Dust Bowl situation. I wouldn't have been able to tell you what it was before reading this book. Even though this isn't a fully true story, it is explained that this is pretty accurate to what the situations would have been in this time. And yeah, we're following mainly Elsa. It starts off with her being more of a young woman inside a respectable home, and her sisters have gone and got married. She's getting a little bit older now, I think she's 27. She doesn't really go out and she's not meeting any man. They say she's ugly, she's too old now and that's going to be her life. But actually she sneaks out and she meets Raphael and he gets her pregnant. So then she is outcast from the family and has to make her own way in the world. This was just very impactful and it's given me this, obviously, like, I know there are a few topics now that are covered in different history exams over here, but I personally did not learn anything about America's history in school, so I actually found this very interesting and it's opened a little bit of knowledge in my brain that I want to look into about this time in history. So really did like it. I won't be holding on to it. I don't feel like I'm gonna get anything out of reading it again, but I do think it was a very good book. And then I also was trying to read The Family Game by Catherine Steadman and I just got really distracted, so I went round to my parents yesterday because it was Father's Day and yeah, I didn't read anymore. So I'm up to page 125, so not very far in, but what I am reading is very quick to read. I'm enjoying it. I just didn't dedicate the time yesterday. And then, even though I've done all of this TBR planning and I've been really brutal on my books, I did haul another book yesterday, and that is The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden. This was my mom's copy of this book. It's the 3rd book in the Housemaid series, and I read the first one, absolutely loved it. I still haven't read the second one. She took this book away to Cyprus on her little holiday with my dad, and she said she was holding it so carefully and trying not to damage it. It's still way more damaged than I would like cause a book, but she's tried really hard. She's only broke the spine in 2 places, and the pages are only slightly yellow and bent. So no, she's tried her absolute best to keep it pristine for me to add to my collection. So I now need to, I have the Housemaid Secret actually right here. I think maybe do I shuffle the Housemaid Secret and the Housemaid is Watching from my non-priority TBR to my priority, and then I can read and unhaul the second 2. I don't know, maybe I'll absolutely love them and I need to buy a pristine copy of this. We will see. But that's my reading. There we go. That is a weekly vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you had a fun time hanging out with me this week. If you did watch the video to this point, please leave me the little stack of books emoji to show me that you're here. I really appreciate literally every single one of you. Seeing those emojis roll in, seeing the comments roll in after I publish a vlog means so much to me, and I'm so appreciative that you're still here. On that note though, I'm gonna go and start next week's vlog. Thank you for being here. As I said, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.